Hello, and this is Keisha Fleming of Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkins. Girlychronicles.com is my website, and I am just coming tonight to share a little bit about our Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin. And I have a question for you ladies. What will you be going to bed with tonight and waking up to in the morning? So, this is our super heavy, our overnight sanitary napkin. It's super thin, see that length, and it is completely sealed in a protective covering to keep it from all contaminants getting in and making your sanitary napkin unsanitary. So I'm just going to do a quick wet dry demonstration because some of you tonight are going to wake up to a little surprise in the morning simply because you're not wearing a Jewel Premium sanitary napkin. So first and foremost, I want to show you the ultimate coverage that we have. We have our wings, we have our 3D suspension coverage in the back. We have this super non-toxic adhesive on the back. If you see that on all of the wings and the suspension on the back and the pad itself. And I'm just going to lay this down right here so hopefully you all can see that. And generally, ladies, when we're on our cycle, we lose 15 to 50 milliliters of fluid. But because we're talking about overnight coverage, I am going to do 100 milliliters of water that is just diluted with some green food coloring. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to pour it completely onto this overnight pad, and I'm going to saturate it to simulate our overnight flow. So all 100 milliliters from front to back. Because as we know, when we lay down, our flow has a tendency to flow different. So I'm going to let that sit for just a second, and I want to share some information with you, and I'll ask you the question, do you know what your sanitary napkins are made out of? This is something that I ask on a regular, and surprisingly, a lot of young girls and women, their answer is no. They don't know what their pads consist of. So this is where I step in. The top layer of our traditional pads that have been used over years, centuries, that top layer is a rayon synthetic material. The middle of that pad, I'm going to say you believe it's cotton. And then the bottom layer of that pad is plastic. But that middle layer that you've been assuming has been cotton is actually recycled trash, newspaper, wood chips of pulp that is found in landfills where they're dumping trash. And they're taking that material and they are meshing it together. They're bleaching it to turn it white, and then they're placing it in between that rayon layer and that bottom plastic layer, hence creating for you a sanitary napkin, which is not so sanitary. Because again, a lot of ladies, if you're not noticing, you are having some issues with irritation in your most precious area, correct? You are having odor, correct? You are having a lot of heat and you're wet, you're uncomfortable, you're miserable, you're moody, and you're hot. So that's what happens from wearing a traditional sanitary napkin. So this Jewel Premium sanitary napkin, this is our overnight super heavy flow, is here to change the game. So my motto is that I'm changing the way we do, period. So I am advocating and sharing this product with every young girl and women that I come in contact with, because I want to make sure and ensure that you have a safer, healthier menstrual time of the month. So I have poured 100 milliliters onto this pad. So tonight when you lay down, again, I'm asking, what are you sleeping with and what are you going to wake up to in the morning? If you're not wearing a Jewel Premium sanitary napkin, you're going to wake up to a complete mess. So I poured the 100 milliliters on here. I'm going to take this white paper towel and I'm going to press down on it. Apply as much pressure as I can. And this napkin comes up dry. You don't see any of that green food coloring that I had in that water. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer. It is absolutely dry. So that is the beauty of our sanitary napkin. It keeps you absolutely dry. I'm going to lift it up for you. There is no leakage. in the back. There isn't anything spilling out. As you can see, it totally absorbed all of that fluid. This is overnight, so ladies, you're laying down, you can be comfortable. You don't have to worry about your sheets being messed up, your undergarments being messed up. And like I said, we have 8 layers, so I'm going to take this sanitary napkin apart because I want you to be able to see that we are not bleached, we are not trash, we are not rayon, we don't have any synthetic materials in our sanitary napkin. So I'm going to take those wings off and that 3D suspension in the back, and I am going to show you our first layer. So as I told you in the traditional patch, the top layer is a rayon material. Well, ladies, look at that. Air light, feather light cotton, right? You see those holes in it? You can breathe. Absolutely dry. There's no green dye. It's not wet. It's flowing. Nice and soft and comfortable. I'm going to sit that there. And then we have this amazing technology in our sanitary napkins. All of our sanitary napkins and our panty liners are infused with a pink strip that contains graphene. What is graphene? I'm so glad you asked. How about you Google it? But for now, I'll tell you the benefits of the graphene infused strips in our sanitary napkins and our panty liners. This graphene infused strip has been proven by the testimonies of the women who actually use this product and myself to reduce cramps. It has been proven and tested again by the women who use the product to alleviate and reduce the odor. It kills 99.9% bacteria. This is pulling the heat away from your core, and it is also helping with your pH balance. Absolutely amazing. And I'm going to sit that to the side. And as I told you, we have 8 layers. So here's another layer. Our absorbency system is encased with another layer of cotton. Absolutely dry again. Nice and soft, flowy. This is not something that you get with your traditional pad. So this is why we are a premium sanitary napkin. Not something that is fly by night, that you would just get. Nothing produced in a factory from trash. So I poured 50 milliliters, well I poured 100 milliliters, I'm sorry, onto the pad itself. So this is our absorbency system. It is a polymer. Polymer is a material that is used in some of our high-end baby diapers that keeps our children, our babies, dry. So when they have used the pamper and we haven't changed them right away, they're not wet, they're not uncomfortable at night. So we're simulating that. So ladies, just as you want your babies to sleep throughout the night dry and comfortable, you want to fall asleep on the Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin, super heavy overnight or heavy or whatever your flow may be. We have something to cover each one of those. So I'm going to take this and I am going to pour another 100 milliliters into a plastic cup. And I'm going to sit this in more fluid. So ladies, you've already fallen asleep tonight in 100 milliliters of your own fluid. How about we go another 100 for the remainder of the night into the morning? Wake up to no surprises. And this is the bottom layer. That's one more layer, nice and dry. And then I'm going to take our very bottom layer. So we have this non-toxic adhesive, and then you see these lines here. It has microfiber holes in it that allows air to flow through. So if I were to lay this over top of, like, say, a cup of heated tea, the steam would just come through. But again, your fluid doesn't come through because, as you can see, it's dry. There's no coloring there. It literally absorbed all of the fluid into the absorbency system that I poured into this cup. So as this is doing its job, I wanted to talk to you again about this graphene strip. So we know that when this strip is activated by our fluid, that it is actually reducing the odor, it's killing the bacteria, it's reducing your cramps, it's helping with your pH balance, it's pulling the heat away from our core, ladies, because we know that we're 98.6 degrees on a regular, but when we're on our cycles, we are even hotter. So our motto is that you want to be cool, comfortable, and dry. And so just to prove to you that this strip is activated once your fluid has touched it, there you have it. You see that? We're not going to walk around lit up, ladies. It's just to show you that the strip is activated once we are wearing it during our feminine flow. So that is amazing. We are the only company in North America that houses this graphene-infused strip into all 5 of our products. And I'm going to show that to you now. So what I just demonstrated to you was our super heavy overnight Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin. This is a must-have, 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 especially if you're a heavy flower and you want to be comfortable and not wake up to any surprises the next morning. We have our heavy. Amazing. And the packaging is so adorable. We have our day flow, our regular flow. We have our panty liner with wings that just joined the family in February of this year. So this is great if you are if you're a seasoned woman and you have a little leakage when you giggle, or if you have light incontinence and you want some protection and not have to wear the other brands that go all the way up your back and are like a baby diaper. These are excellent for you to use. And then we have our day liners. These are our regular panty, ultra thin panty liners. And just know that all of our products, all of our pads are super ultra thin, but they are superhero strong. Okay? So they are going to keep you protected. They're going to keep you cool, comfortable, and dry. And as you know, when we started out, I poured 100 milliliters onto that overnight pad, and then I took another 100 milliliters and poured it into this cup and put our absorbency system here. Now keep in mind that our absorbency system is 10 times more absorbent than the traditional brands. So that's providing you extra coverage, right? Extra support, extra protection, extra peace of mind. So there's absolutely no fluid flowing from this cup. And then I'm going to take it and squeeze it just a little bit gently to dump that out. And there you have your absorbency system. So ladies, this is your feminine flow that has 200 milliliters of fluid from the time you put it on tonight until you wake up in the morning. So if you touch it, it also is cool to the touch. So this is your personal air conditioning with our cotton breathability lining and your cooling polymer. So ladies, you will absolutely be cool, you will be comfortable, and you will be dry. So I've shown you what the pad can do for the overnight. So if it does this for overnight, it will do it for all of the other products in our line. So if you want more information, please reach out to me and contact me. You can go to my website. You can call me, you can message me, you can email me. I am at girlychronicles.com. I will drop my website in the comments in just a few minutes. But again, this was just a quick presentation of Jewel at Night with Kay. And what will you go to bed with and wake up to in the morning, lady? It'll be a mess if you're not wearing the Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkins. It's not funny, but it just made me giggle because we have to be mindful of what we are putting up against our bodies. So I did that presentation, but just quickly, I want to say something to you all. A lot of times we are concerned about our natural hair. We're concerned about becoming vegan or pescatarian and taking care of our bodies when it comes to living a holistic life. But we refuse to switch out the products that matter most. You can put the food in, you can take the food out, you can straighten your hair, you can wear your hair natural, you can do whatever it is you need to do. You change your brands of your cleaners, your shampoos, your makeup, your soaps, your lotions, your deodorants. But when it comes to your sanitary health, it matters what you're putting up against your most precious part. There are over 600,000 women a year that have suffered from having to have hysterectomies. Hysterectomies. So literally life is being snatched away from their ability to reproduce. Their freedom to be able to reproduce has been snatched away because we have been conditioned to using products that was meant to be discarded. We have been using products that bottle up heat that cause infections to fester down in our most precious area. We have been using products to cause us to have to suffer with endometriosis and fibroids and bacterial vaginosis. There are so many things that we suffer with that come from simply using incorrect sanitary products that are not the poor quality sanitary products. That's what I'll say. Poor quality. So we have the Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkins. They are $6 a pack. $6 can save a life. $6 can start your young daughter out on her very first cycle free of any harm or danger later on in life. So make yourself aware. Educate yourself that you can't just go natural with your hair. You can't just go natural with your foods. You can't just go natural with your topical bath and body products. It has to be a whole body. That's why the word is called whole. W-H-O-L-E. Whole. It's a whole process, and you need to switch. Just simply switch. Just give it a try. Nothing beats a failure. Nothing beats a failure but a try. So just give it a try. See what we're all about, and do something for yourself. And if you are watching this and you're a woman and you say, well, I don't need that anymore, there is a young girl that needs it. There's a young girl in Kenya. There's a young girl in Uganda. There's a young girl in China. There's a young girl in Washington, D.C., Maryland, or Virginia that needs this product, that possibly can't afford it, not just because of the pandemic, but because of the state of the world that we live in. They may be in a family that's underserved, that can't really afford what they need. And then let's take it a step further. There are homeless women that are on the streets that are using toilet paper rolls, leaves, trash, anything that they possibly can to have some type of protection during their menstrual cycles every month. So if you don't need it, there's always someone else who does. So again, this is Keisha Fleming. I wanted to pop on here with Jewel at Night to just share the awareness and the information. It's a very touchy situation for me, but I really believe that we all need to make the change. If there are any men that are watching this and you are falling asleep next to a woman tonight who's on her cycle, yeah, if she's not using the Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin, show her how much you love her and switch her over to the Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin. It'll do you a favor. She won't be cramped. She won't be crampy. She won't be moody. She won't be irritated. She'll be comfortable. She'll be dry, which will make for a happier home. I know, because we've heard the testimonies about it. But switch over. I don't want to ramble. Again, this is Keisha Fleming, Jewel at Night. Feel free to share this video. Feel free to comment. But again, it makes a difference in what you do. So with that, I'll say have a great night. Have a better morning. God bless you. And again, Keisha Fleming, girlychronicles.com. Thank you all. Good night.